sometimes I feel like dying, but I don't know how. And have you ever got to a place in life where you felt like dying, but you just didn't know how to die? Sometimes I feel like dying, but I wouldn't know how. When I gained so much, loved, enjoyed some, and did so much. Sometimes I wish God would give me wings so I could fly in His arms of security when nothing else can help me. Sometimes I feel like dying and leaving all my pressure and fears, leaving all my ups and downs and pushing them up into the sky round and round. Sometimes I feel like dying, but I wouldn't know how. Maybe I'll drown myself, but I know I would get back up only to be purified. Maybe I drive into the end until it goes blank, dark, and blurry. But I know I'll only find myself driving straight into destiny and purpose. Maybe I'll tie a rope around my neck, only to find out that I only tied a rope around my problems and solved them with the help of God. Sometimes I feel like I want to die because of the way you misuse me and abuse me. And I realized they did even more to Jesus, and He died, but He did rose again. And sometimes I feel like dying, but I wouldn't know how, because I feel like my voice is unheard through all the commotion you throw at me in this big, big world. I feel like dying because you really ain't trying to hear me, just trying to agree with me so you can just get rid of me, push me up against the wall and abuse me emotionally and rape her naturally. But I know that God's going to take care of me spiritually. Sometimes I feel like dying, but I wouldn't know how. Sometimes I feel like dying, but I wouldn't know how. Sometimes I feel like dying, but I wouldn't know how. Sometimes I feel like digging my own grave and throwing myself in it and suffocating. But I better watch out. You may be behind me in my debate and push me in. So I'll turn that thought around and realize that could have been me in the grave of never end. They say it gets better when you get to heaven. But why can't it get better now at this particular moment in time when all else is trying to consume me? Pressure is trying to take my heart and squeeze the very life out of me. My mind is trying to run wild in a desert of poison snakes, trying to fall off a mountain thinking it can escape me freely so I can lose my mind for eternity. My mind is trying to run into a jungle of thieves, entering inside of my home uninvitedly, tearing up my space. See, sometimes it runs across my mind to just give up on it all and leave everything behind, even the little bitty bug you put inside of my ear, even the mask of your deception. But I realized if I died by my own blood, I will only put myself in a worse predicament, which would cause all my flesh to burn peel off of me, taking the used to be me, the once God in me, and telling me this is who I am supposed to be. All is left behind me. No one would be able to rescue me. So think wisely, is this how we really want to be? Sometimes I feel like I want to die, but I don't know how. So I just live again. See, it's just a thought that just runs through your mind about death. You don't know how to die because you feel like you have gained so much. Amen.
Amen.